On August 20, Google unveiled PixelSnap, its marketing name for magnetic wireless charging support in all new Pixel 10 smartphones.
We've got the PixelSnap. And this is pretty simple. The PixelSnap just allows you to snap your phone on chargers, on wallets, on stands.
That sounds familiar, right? Specifically, it resembles Apple's MagSafe magnetic wireless charging, introduced 5 years ago in 2020 in a new design of iPhone 12. But if we go back 8 years ago, turns out Google was actually the first one to support wireless charging in their Nexus 4 in 2012. Both MagSafe and PixelSnap are built on the Qi standard, but wireless charging was discovered much earlier, rooted in historic physics and design breakthroughs. In 1831, Michael Faraday discovered electromagnetic induction, magnetic fields transferring power across coils, the core of wireless charging. Later, in 1890s, Nikola Tesla pushed this further with wireless power experiments inspiring later tech. In modern times, the first mass-market device with wireless charging was not a phone, it was Braun's electric toothbrush. The Braun brand, known for innovative design, introduced its Oral-B electric toothbrush with a wireless charging dock using inductive coils in the early 1990s. The next company that broadly adopted magnetic charging was Apple. On January 2006, Apple introduced MagSafe. But wait, the first iPhone was revealed in more than a year later. No mistake, it was introduced with the first generation of MacBook Pro laptops. The MagSafe charging connector was designed to attach magnetically, detaching safely if tucked, to prevent damage of the laptop or its charging port. 10 years later, in 2016, Apple began phasing out MagSafe charging in favor of USB-C, a move many fans disliked. And in 2021, MagSafe returned to new MacBook Pro with the M-series chips. But what about wireless charging for phones? The Qi standard, developed by the Wireless Power Consortium, was first published in 2010 as an open standard for inductive wireless charging. In November 2012, Nokia released its Lumia 820 Windows Phone. That was one of the first devices that supported Qi wireless charging, which required a special charging shell. Later, other Lumia models joined the early adoption of Qi wireless charging as well. But was Nokia the first early adopter of wireless charging? Not quite. 3 years prior, in 2009, Palm Pre used a proprietary magnetic wireless charging system called Touchstone. It was capable of charging a Palm Pre, delivering 1 watt of power, and came with a matte black magnetic back panel for the Palm Pre. To me, the Palm Pre feels like the first predecessor to MagSafe and PixelSnap in today's Google and Apple smartphones. In fact, Palm was a very innovative company at the time, and inspired Apple not only for MagSafe. Back in 2009, their not-so-popular WebOS introduced user interface innovations like app switching, which allowed swiping between apps like cards and closing apps by swiping up. Rubber band animation for the bounce-back effect when scrolling the contents on the screen, and swipe gestures for phone navigation. We see all of these in today's iOS and Android operating systems, making Palm a pioneer of both magnetic wireless charging and the foundations of modern mobile OS usability. Now, let's get back to the subject, magnetic charging. Apple uses the MagSafe name for both the MacBook's magnetic charger and the iPhone's wireless charger, despite their differences. Does it mean that Apple has other ideas in mind and will throw them under the MagSafe umbrella brand? Let's see. It's also interesting that Apple introduced MagSafe in 2020, just 18 months after canceling their versatile and innovative Qi wireless charger, AirPower, which never reached Apple's store shelves. It was announced in 2017 and presented during Apple's keynote as a universal wireless charging mat, capable of charging iPhone, Apple Watch, and AirPods, all at the same time. But eventually, it was cancelled due to overheating issues, according to multiple reports from Bloomberg, The Wall Street Journal, and other sources. So I believe that MagSafe for iPhones was Apple's plan B. And it worked. Later, besides iPhones, Apple added MagSafe support to AirPods cases. The main difference between regular Qi wireless charging and MagSafe is magnets. They help align the phone perfectly with the charging coil hidden inside the iPhone's back panel. But wait, that sounds exactly like what Google did in their latest Pixel 10 phones, magnetic wireless charging that ensures grip and alignment for top charging performance. At the Pixel event, Google has openly stated that Pixel 10 phones will work
perfectly fine with your Apple MagSafe accessories.
Although, what Google forgot to mention, that with the PixelSnap they had to ditch the battery sharing. That wasn't a huge hit, as not many folks used it, but personally for me it was useful to share some battery juice between my Pixel 8 and my AirPods 3 case with wireless charging. So, are MagSafe and PixelSnap the exact same thing? Are Pixel 10 devices truly 100% compatible with MagSafe accessories? Actually, not really. And just like in many other things related to Apple, the difference is in famous ecosystem. Since Apple makes both hardware and software, they're capable of impressive integration of these two parts. So with MagSafe, Apple adds charm by displaying custom animations when you snap MagSafe accessories, like cases or wallets, onto your iPhone. When you attach a MagSafe case to your iPhone, you see an animation matching the case's color. Useful? Not at all. Nice touch? Definitely. And when you snap on a MagSafe wallet, a pairing animation, similar to AirPods, appears on the screen. Additionally, Apple's MagSafe wallet includes Find My support, helping you locate a lost wallet if the magnets fail, such as when you slip your iPhone with an attached wallet into a jeans pocket. But if you use an Apple MagSafe wallet with a Pixel, you'll miss the extra features that make the experience so polished. On the other hand, the majority of MagSafe-compatible accessories come from other brands like well-known Belkin or Anker, which don't offer extra features, making the user experience unified between iPhones and the Google Pixel phones. Now, let's talk about charging speed. The first Qi standard, published 2010, allowed phones to charge at up to 5 watts, which is way higher than the Palm Spray 1 watt. Later, Qi 2 extended that limit to 15 watts, and then Qi 2.2 increased max charging speed to 25 watts. Google offers a 15 watts wireless charging speed for most of their latest Pixel phones, besides the flagship Pixel 10 Pro XL, which supports faster wireless charging at 25 watts based on the Qi 2.2 standard, and matches the last year iPhone 16 charging speed on a MagSafe charger. But Apple is still ahead with the iPhone 17 lineup, offering a 25 watts charging speed in iPhone 17, 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max, regardless if you use a MagSafe or Qi 2.2 wireless charger. But that's all so far from the limit, and has been proven by Chinese smartphone manufacturers like Xiaomi, Oppo, Vivo, Honor and OnePlus. In fact, they dwarf both Apple iPhones and Google Pixels, often achieving 50 to 80 watts or even 100 watts wireless charging. How is that possible? For sure, not with any charger, but only with proprietary standards, like Oppo's AirVook or Xiaomi's Hypercharge. You might wonder how they push these limits and achieve such speeds while avoiding overheating. For example, the Oppo's Find X5 Pro battery can be charged wirelessly to 100% in 53 minutes by using these several techniques. Using high current instead of high voltage for efficient power delivery. Optimized coil design using a double wireless coil to increase the sensing range, ensuring power transfer and even allowing a slight misalignment. This helps reduce energy loss, which contributes to heat generation in Qi chargers. Of course, magnets, using precise alignment, just like MagSafe or PixelSnap. Active cooling. Oppo's charger come with cooling fans and vents, which keep the phone cool at slower speeds and prevent overheating at higher charging speeds. And of course, safety measures, such as reducing charging speed if the temperature rises above an unsafe level, which is around 40 degrees Celsius. Both Google and Apple have much to learn from Chinese brands, and I'm confident they will. Apple is always playing the safest bets, so I believe it will just take time to verify which techniques will work on a large scale. For now, Google is learning from Apple, adopting not only its magnetic charging approach, but also software features, like nightstand mode for Pixels on a magnetic charger, which Apple introduced with iOS 17 in September 2023, alongside the iPhone 15. So let's wrap this up. The magnetic charging technology is getting more popular and is not going anywhere. It's kind of obvious because mobile accessories brands grow their product portfolios and Chinese manufacturers find more ways to make wireless charging work at unbelievable speeds. PixelSnap, which builds on Apple's solution, is matching it in charging speed on the Pixel 10 Pro XL, but lacks extra features like custom animations and full support for Apple's MagSafe wallets. Also, now there is one less reason to choose an iPhone over a new Pixel, as most MagSafe-compatible chargers, power banks and accessories will likely work with any Pixel 10 phone. Great ideas are worth spreading. In 2009, Palm Pre introduced magnetic charging, inspiring Apple's MagSafe. Today, Google's PixelSnap builds on that same idea. There is no shame in Google following along. It's how tech grows, from Palm's bouncy animations to today's magnetic chargers. PixelSnap offers new possibilities for Google Pixel users, but MagSafe's refinement keeps it slightly ahead for now. Whatever the future holds, PixelSnap and MagSafe are pushing magnetic tech forward, building on a shared legacy. Competition drives progress, so I'm happy Google jumped into this game. Who's to say? Next year, we might see the iPhones and Pixels boasting beefer wattages, or perhaps groundbreaking use cases we can't fathom yet, like IoT synergy, long-distance charging, or something entirely new. Stay tuned! Since you've made it till the end, subscribe for more in-depth reviews like this one. And thanks for watching!